Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saturday at the Springs. I wanted to kind of just let's take a little look around the park, and not just in such a flyover mode, but maybe even we could use this and take some notes about some things we need to go back and kind of finish up, or anything that looks weird. That's just kind of what I wanted to do this time, instead of just the grand cinematics and the big overview. So this video might take a little longer, but at least like we'll get a better definition of how everything sits on as of July 4th. So happy 250th out there to my US crew. Happy 4th, and don't blow your fingers off, or let your dad or your uncle or grandma blow their fingers off this evening. But yeah, so your entrance way out here, I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. The only thing that I think probably stands out to you guys and, you know, to us is there's really no credible security station. There's really no bag scanning or anything like that. You kind of just make your way here to the main entrance, and you're going through ticket scanning. If you're a pass holder, you will peel off to the right. I've got some of my little quartet guys up here. I put them in like entrance uniforms, so they're here helping people get scanned in. And then when you come in, you're greeted by Barnstormer there off to your right, and then Grizzly Valley and its little water tower off to the left. Let's see, if we go off to the right, speaking of, let's just kind of look this way. I've got some vending machines set up, little refreshment stand I found on the workshop. And we've got some picnic tables out here. All this looks pretty good. One thing about designing the way I do, very much a non-J-Ash remnant type of on the ground realistic build, Mineral Junction. When you design like for the overview or for the aerial like I do, look how tall the bridge is compared to the people. You would think maybe that would be a little lower. Those wooden beams are almost up to those guys' chest. Almost to their, maybe right across their top midsection here. So if I had to do it over, if we go back and ever look at that stuff, I'll have to remember design it from the ground standpoint, because the bridges are quite high. Still looks cool, you know, like from this upper angle where you're probably 18, 20 feet up in the air. But when you really get down to the nitty gritty here, now that one makes a little more sense. Keep kids from going over the top of it. This one looks pretty good. One going across the bridge, a little high. Over here, I destroyed some of those facades. I've just got this little tractor in here right now. Pardon our dust. We've got to get some stuff figured out. What I want to end up doing over there, or bringing the path over. Lots of little stuff like that. The actual springs, really happy with it. Don't want to mess with it any. I like the rocks. It's got like a kind of like almost like a Lake Tahoe vibe that I wanted. This fencing out here looks pretty good. This is a pretty little wide section of path right here, but you got to figure this would be a pretty main thoroughfare. Got your quartet out here for me in front of the fountain. Cool spot for them, I think. Buddy made this Dippin' Dots, kind of like based off one of the Dollywood Dippin' Dots stands, and I just absolutely love it. I spam it all over wherever I can. You can see the railroad little trestle here. We kind of cleaned it up a little bit and added some of the iron pieces. I think it just gave it a little more character. Oh, one of my buddies actually just commented. I think we're gonna go in and make sure we're going to try to put like a little rail, a maintenance shed over here, and then have it connect up with the main line, because he actually works in railroad and mechanic and machinery, and had left me a comment about, you know, remember most of the time, and I've got to work on bringing more of it back here, your railroad is up in the air very little. It's very expensive. Making those trussels, it's you know, maintenance. They have to constantly be checked and inspected. So he was saying areas like this make sense where you have to let people pass under, but you wouldn't have like these. I was actually kind of working on it a little bit over here. You wouldn't really have these massive stretches of elevated rail like that. So we're going to get in there and work on that. And then of course too, you'd have to have a place where the engine could be housed when it's not running and for the routine maintenance. So I think this little area over here would be good for a maintenance shed. So we're gonna get that kind of worked on. I went ahead and opened up another station kind of over in Rivertown Junction just because I wanted people to I wanted to actually be able to see people on the train. And then of course, you know, if you don't, I wish the game, and correct me if I'm wrong, I wish we had a shuttle mode. Because with the way it is right now, you have to have 2 stations. So I kind of wish it was like Dollywood, where if the train is essentially its own ride, you get on one station and get off at the same station. It completely just does a circuit and, you know, essentially runs in shuttle mode. So if any of the Frontier devs are out there watching this, definitely maybe put that bug into your people's ears or the producer's ears, because you can do it with the monorail. See, our Wilderness Springs monorail here, there is no, it doesn't have to do there is 2 stations, but it doesn't have to do a complete loop. Even if we could do it, you know, a little different with the train, make it to where you could shuttle it. I think that would be. I guess that would be a little weird though. The train wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't really want the train, you know, pushing people backwards. But any type of, you know, kind of, you know, hybrid shuttle mode where the thing could just make a complete circuit, just one station, I think would be really cool. This is so much better with people on it. Be cool if they waved up there, but pretty cool. Making your way under there, we've got some, I've just been trying to do some more, like, you know, just adding some realism, strollers everywhere. This little build I found on the workshop made it a little pizza pin for now. Changed the color of the umbrellas here to match its pizza flare, and I thought this would just be a really cool spot. Like, see how it's over in the shade, grab you a couple slices and get over out of the way and enjoy your pizza. Then of course, making our way down through here, you've got this side of Enchanted Forest. I kind of did some cleaning up on this path right here, put some chairs down, raised that fencing. Hop over and be into, you know, Grizzly Expedition. But I love this, that right there, like that Dollywood-esque, you know, really just close to the path as you're walking by. I think that's just that like kinetic energy. It's so cool being able to see the trains that close and from the path. Got plenty of seating over here for Bear Paw. Not really a lot of seating out front, but you know, you can actually you can eat inside that restaurant. So going out of the heat. And we also have some outdoor seating, or just a generic seating off to the back. So yeah, this little area had a little glow up. Really like how all this kind of turned out as you're making your way out of. Way down here, recreation area, little info booth, and you can see one of the signature attractions for Rivertown off in the background there. It's very, very cool. Once again, stop and peel off to the left, get your Dippin' Dots before you make your way into town. Just probably need to do some more cleaning up out here, maybe get some booths set up, but you know, just for the general layout. got rid of that railroad trestle right here just for now because we got some things I need to do. So yeah, I basically just put a box station right here behind the grand tree, just so I can get people on the actual train. So we'll really do like a station there. Back. Let me get my keyboard back over here. Or you know what? I might be able to just use my Xbox controller. See if that works. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, coming into the land here, our newest little piece of equipment over here. Shoal crashers. Your little dueling, two little dueling drop towers. And Major Pootie's salon over here. Thought fit with the area really, really well. Also found, I'm not sure who did this. I found this really cool little, like, Coke Freestyle refreshment machine. Plopped it down over here. Thought it was really, really cool. You know, one of those things where, like, you can buy a souvenir mug for the year and then just kind of refill your mugs as you go. Got seating out here. We've got a photo op with our resident Bigfoot. Very, very cool. Got the lemonade stand. That takes you back over to Enchantorium and Enchanted Forest. Over here is your Legend of Thunder Falls entrance. Take you back. We've got that open now. The queue's not completely done, but at least do have riders. There's always a shot right there across this bridge. Here's your little splash zone, where you will get soaked. They come. Yeah, you're getting soaked. You're getting soaked if you're standing right there. Oh, watch this guy come in. Hold pattern for a second before it lets it go. Very awesome coaster. Out so well, and then of course you can move back and get a shot of shoal crashers back that way. And this is just pure, you know, it's kind of like a little dead end over here, but a really cool spot for you to take in the coaster. It's awesome to kind of watch it drop and watch the log go by. You can go back to the left and back over to Crusher. That would park this. This is our tunnel over here. This is the good thing about this tunnel and not closing off the lanes over there. Not have to go all the way back out to get into Enchanted Forest. Very, very dapper. Back out this way. This is Forest proper. Very, very cool. Carousel over here. Land's got a pretty good bit of rides. We've got the carousel. You've got the E-Ticket Dark ride. You've got the Toad Bottom, which is a Aquatopia kind of, you know, Tokyo Disney Sea type ride. Yes, board little frogs. You've got the magical teacups over here. My buddy Wolf Tenor designed our little old whirlywig, I believe they used to call it. So quite a bit of rides, and then of course you've got food and a wand shop. Lots of stuff to do. I know Enchanted Forest can kind of seem like a little pass-through land, but there is quite a bit to do over here. That brings you back over into Grizzly Valley. back. You could have went out the other way. Back into Main Street. Or Barnstormer just looking awesome right here with that cool path presence. Plastic swans, loony balloons. Love some of her, all of her Main Street builds. And then this is kind of like your lead way into Grizzly Peak Expedition. Timberwolf's Revenge, our big kind of GCI inspired wooden coaster. So, Bear Paw Cafe, we touched on it earlier. Have a very great day. Way out of Grizzly Valley. Got a pretty long walk back over to the other side of the park. You've got Wilderness Outfitters. That's everything souvenir, wilderness souvenir, mugs, hats, shirts, all kinds of stuff. Guest services trailer over here. Stop and get your maps and ask questions. This is our resort monorail line over here. Take you back over to Grand Falls. This is our Sky Tram, our little skybox station, designed with my Disneyland Haunted Mansion facade. Just got the springs all out here through the middle. Way. You've got the Spur Steakhouse anchoring that area. Thunder Rail Stage for live performances. Got the Hammer Swing ride over here, one of the earliest rides in the park. Probably one of the first. We've got Country Fair. We've got another little lemonade stand. This kind of takes you into the Barnstormer area. Found all kinds of cool little like fair rides and games over here off the workshop. That takes you up into the Barnstormer area. A little balloon drama. Star, that very, very popular drop tower here. See the line. It would have, it would have been cool to do. It might have been too much to do two that size over in Rivertown Junction. I think the two children sizes, kid size, works perfect over. That's where I was envisioning, just backstage area. This is where we just left. Broken. Sylvan Sears. Goody Build, Wiggles and Warts, Wondrous Workshop. Really, really cool. Great job on that. And yeah, guys, that's it. That is kind of like but yeah, guys, just wanted to come in and give you my quick little thoughts today, more on the ground level. And you guys, if you are in the map right now, you can let me know different things that you see or problems that you've noticed, and if I think I can correct it, or we'll go in and we'll give it a try. One thing I did over this week is I raised this little tower. I think it was a little too low in probably the version you have right now, so I'll get this updated as of today, and that way you guys will have the new drop tower and the sign and stuff in. You'll have the most updated version of Wilderness Springs if you guys want to get in here and look around for me and just give suggestions, and I love hearing your guys' thoughts. And yeah, so you guys have to let me know what you think. And I'm SDN Wolf, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.